TCI is brought to you by Spendthrift Stallion Into Mischief, sire of Grade 1 Met Mile contenders Vijack and Golden Sense.
Welcome back to TCI, your inside track to the Triple Crown. Alongside Joel Cunningham, I'm John Siegel. Well, Joel, we're here at Belmont Park. This is what the show is named for. We got a potential Triple Crown winner on the line. I'll tell you one thing, this paddock's not going to be this empty on Saturday, that's for sure.
No, the stands aren't either. We had a rainy day today. Should be good weather, John, for the Belmont Stakes. Obviously, the namesake of our show is TCI, Triple Crown Insider. We haven't had one since the year I was born, so we're certainly due. I think we have the right horse in terms of talent. Can he get the distance?
I'll tell you what, we were out this morning, we saw him on the track. The horse looks great, Joel. It was a real murky, kind of a dreary day, but this horse is shining bright. He's peaking at the right time. He looked fantastic getting over this sloppy surface.
And that's a testament to him. You know, I think I've earned more respect through this entire run. Once he got out of California, showed his mettle in the Derby, John, and again, was a slow time in there, but did what he had to do. He made his own trip again in the Preakness, took care of business. It was a faster type race, and he hadn't tailed off. I mean, you look at him physically, you can't really make any excuses for California Chrome. Good horses hold their form. He's a special horse, but I tell you what, on this big dirt track, 1.5 miles, again, yeah. I still think that's going to be his biggest obstacle.
All right, well, let's get down to it, and let's take a look at the TCI top 10, and let's see how you rank these horses. We'll look 6 through 10 to start off. Joel, I see most of this really looks kind of the same as last week. Run through there real quick. You got Matterhorn. You know, he's a newcomer. He's switched connections and coming into this race. You know, we really don't see much of a change, Joel, until we get into 5 through 10. Let's take a look at that real quick. I see you move Commissioner up big time. He moves into the number 5 spot from number 8. Tell me why.
Well, I'll go ahead and jump into a graphic here because I think it's very important, something we've harped on. I won't harp on it much because we did last week, but the Tomlinson figure, to me, John, and the dosage index, to me, those are the biggest quantifiers of horses that, you know, can get that 1.5 mile distance. Again, in North America, we don't breed for that anymore. 1 1/8 is really our cap, stretching to 1.25 miles, another 1/8 mile, you know, not as big of a deal, but another 1/4 mile to 1.5 miles on a big dirt track like this, it's a big deal, John. We've seen that in results of the Breeders' Cup Marathon, the Belmont Stakes. So to me, the 3 horses that pair up favorably in here on both of them, Commissioner being one of them, you're going to find all of them in our top 5. Commissioner being in the 5 spot, I think he definitely is a horse that's on the improve. I like that race over the track. Certainly AP Indy gives him that upside. They've always been high on him. So Commissioner's a horse I think belongs in the top 5. He's dangerous.
All right, I see medal count in here. We talked a lot about him, but let's just go ahead and jump right into it here. JC, I see you got California Chrome. You actually moved him down again. Now he's in the number 3 spot. I don't like where this is headed, man.
That's really where you wanted to go in this top 10. And, you know, certainly California Chrome, again, I can't, you know, applaud the horse anymore for how he looks and what he's done this Triple Crown run. He's been number 1 for us in the TCI top 10 for the Derby and the Preakness, John. But to me, again, I think this is a pedigree race. I don't think it's a class and a talent race per se. He's a brilliant type horse. Can he get 1.5 miles on this track? That's been the obstacle all along. Has nothing to do with ability. That's why he's in the 3 spot.
All right, I see here you got Toneless in at number 2. I know you really like this horse. I see Wicked Strong in at number 1. Joel, tell me, I mean, is this your pick? You got him in the number 1 spot, but you've had horses in number 1 and not pick them before. Tell me, is he your pick for the Belmont?
You know, he's not going to be my pick. You know, I had to put Toneless in the 2 spot. He was number 1 for us last week because, you know, he shed some frogs in the Peter Pan Stakes, so he had some foot issues there. And, you know, he was just so unsettled early in that race. The more and more I look at him, and now drawing the 11 hole, that wide post, when that crowd starts to roar, you know, how amped up is he going to be? These tappets get very hot-blooded, John. He showed that he can be on the muscle. Will he break outward? Will he react to that crowd reaction? Will it make him a little too keen in the race? You have to be able to settle at 1.5 miles. So he drops down. Wicked Strong, to me, just has the best profile. He's not a consistent type. He hasn't been a horse that we've liked all along, but he's a Grade 1 winner in New York. He's bred for the distance as well as any. And if you go back and look at his wood, he was able to track. And I think that's very important. He's not a stone closer. He has a powerful late run, but he has some tracking ability. And to me, the 3 horses that I like in this race, Wicked Strong, Medal Count, and Commissioner, are all horses bred for the distance. I think they're all coming into it the right way. And I think they have a little tactical speed, more so than, you know, Matuzak, Matterhorn, Right on Curlin. You know, horses like that, Commanding Curve, I think is going to come from too far out of it. So I think it's between those 3 horses.
All right, well, tell me then, who is your pick to win the Belmont?
I'm going to go with Commissioner, John. I really like this prep race. You know, what's ironic is, you know, certainly you look at the great grandsire of California Chrome, it's AP Indy.
Yeah.
You know, we want to see a Triple Crown so bad, but AP Indy's last crop of 3-year-olds is this year. Commissioner's one they've thought highly of all the way along. I just think that he could step up at a 1.5 miles, excel at that distance. He wants to run all day. I'm going to take him at a small price.
Tell you what, California Chrome might be a horse of destiny. You know, he's breaking from the same post as Secretariat. Joel, he's a red chestnut. He really looks beautiful. I don't know. He could be a horse of destiny.
History?
I think so. I think we might see history. I think he could get it done.
Well, hey, I'd love to do a recap show from Belmont after witnessing history. Again, it's been since the year I was born, and I already have gray hair, John, so that tells you something.
All right, thank you, Joel. It's been fun following these horses, and thank you guys for watching. Make sure you come back next week. We'll see if we make history and get a brand new Triple Crown winner.